We are honored to have Amani Africa as a partner, always standing with us not only when we chair the Peace and Security Council, but on different engagements that we have. And Amani Africa supported our work so much, not as only Uganda, but the African Union, the IGAD, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and my bilateral work. Those are my areas of accreditation. Uganda is going to be honored once again to chair the Peace and Security Council of the African Union in the month of July. And in this month, we have programs that we propose should be handled. It comes at a time that we are going through many challenges, but it's important that we take the responsibility and hold discussions as Peace and Security Council. In the program that we propose, we intend to have an open session on the humanitarian situation in Africa. At this time that we speak, the numbers of the persons who are displaced and those who are in the refugee camps and settlements have not reduced, but the humanitarian assistance has gone down completely. Previously, we were discussing about the safety of the humanitarian actors and also the access of the humanitarian aid to those in vulnerable situations. As we speak now, we have other complex issues that the humanitarian workers are being cut down across the continent. They themselves who have been supporting us have become vulnerable themselves because the cut down on the numbers of humanitarian agency has been abrupt. Still, on the persons who are displaced, we don't have the food items and non-food items to give them because of the cuts in funding. We have to discuss innovative manner of getting adequate, predictable, sustainable, and flexible funding for the humanitarian action in the continent. And it needs everyone to come together. We need a concerted effort, and this is what we intend to do. We'll have different meetings. Amongst them, we are also going to have the Military Staff Committee chaired by the Defense Advisor of Uganda. That falls on the second. They have their topics that is cut off. Our minister will be chairing a ministerial meeting to receive the update on the situation in Somalia and operation of AU support and stabilization mission also. We'll try to look at the outcome of the Kampala summit of the TCCs plus Somalia. And of course, you already know that we are suffering the funding gaps, and we need to update ourselves on what's taking place and how we need to handle that. As we've always said, AU and troops contributing countries have a commitment never to abandon Somalia, and we are going to look at that. On July 4th, we'll have an open session at the level of ambassadors to consider the report of the AU Commission on Elections in the continent for the period between January and June 2025. The week following, that's the 7th, 13th, will be dedicated to the activities of the 47th Ordinary Session of the Council, Executive Council, and the Media Coordination Meeting in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. 17th to 18th, 2025, the PSC is expected to undertake consultative meetings with the Pan-African Parliament in Midrand, South Africa, and lead the team to South Africa. We propose on 22nd July to have a meeting at the level of ambassadors on the rehabilitation and integration of children formerly affected by conflict, and the objective is to seek to reflect on the challenges faced by member states in rehabilitating and reintegrating children in the post-war conflicts. Of course, it's important also to learn that I'm the co-chair of the platform on children affected by conflict, and I will take this responsibility also to officially put my work before my colleagues. We propose that tentatively 24th July, the heads of states and government of the AU Peace and Security Council seek to consider the situation in Libya. It has not been handled at that level since 2011, but it's important to note that the President of Congo-Brazzaville is doing a lot of work. He will be part of the meeting, also to update the heads of state and government of the PSC in the work that he has been doing. We are consulting Kampala to see if this would be possible. Peace and Security Council works well because of the experts. We have a committee of experts and we believe in their capacity building. We will hold a capacity building for the committee of experts chaired by chaired by Uganda, the expert from Uganda, Mr. Michael Amani, to look at reactivation of the post-conflict reconstruction and development subcommittee and other areas that we intend to look at. We have a high-level dialogue outside the Peace and Security Council, but we are part of the participants. And this dialogue will take place in Accra. It's on democracy, governance, human rights, peace and security in the continent. And Uganda will be the chair at that time, leading the Peace and Security Council members, but as participants, because it's a high-level meeting that may involve presidents too. Will be honored to be part. Briefly, that is what will be the program that we intend to have in the month of July. Once again, I would like to thank Amani for always being there and even documenting our work so that it can be a point of reference not only today but for the future, because it shall always be useful. Thank you very much.